Welcome to San Francisco Sketch Fest. We are the Red Room Orchestra. We are a collective of peace-loving people and people-loving people, much like yourselves. We do this with grace and good, and I say good twice again because of current events. I want to announce the band quickly. There was a vote, a straw poll, as to whether I should announce the band, and I won. So, on the far side here, stage left for you people, your right side, if you're just trying to figure that stuff out. This is Michelle Walter on violin. Way back off stage is the Wizard of Oz, also known as Monty Valier. Next to Michelle is the lovely Irene Caesar. On cello and vocals, just a powerful force, a wonderful mother, and she's good with the jokes. It's Jess Ivory. Apparently his name is now Sir Mick Jagger. And he has this line in some song, which I don't really care for, which is all the saints are sinners and all the sinners are saints. And it's completely backwards. Most of the saints were sinners. But I do have a saint. His name is Tom Ayers on guitar. Just from up the block from me, a huge force in the creation of, I guess what they might call punk rock music, Peter Strauss on the bass. I don't use the word estimable lightly, and I'm going to use it twice now. The estimable William Winan on percussion. There's a term we use, at least in our rehearsal room, that is no show diggy die. There is no show diggy die with our arranger, our orchestrator, along with Dina Maccabee and Scott Larson and myself. It's Jordan Glenn on the trap kit. Another neighbor that I know well enough to know that she's got my back. She's right behind me. She is a goddess of rock. She's a great family person. If you should need advice in the middle of the night, call me and I will text her, and then she'll get it on the baby monitor. Allison Baker. I'm going to bring up some other people. Who's up next? Gosh, who's on the song? Oh gosh, I think we have some singers, don't we? Let's bring them up one at a time. Petra Hayden. Karina Denike. Meryl Press. The great Levon Helm, bless his soul, said, if you don't have a horn player, you're not a band. Well, we're an orchestra. We have a horn player who's going to play woodwinds. She's going to be playing flute, English horn, and it makes a sound that decides beep, beep. And then she plays the flute as well. It's Amber Lamprecht. Somewhere up in heaven, I'm doing well in a poker game with Levon Helm because we have a harpist. His name is Gennaro Porcaro. We're missing Larry Mullins, who's out on the road with Nick Cave at this point. He'll be here the next time. We're missing Dina Maccabee, who's busy doing soundtracks in Berlin as well. She has also helped us with arrangements tonight. And just because I have to say it, we want to thank David Lynch. Paul Rubens. And Rebecca Del Rio. My name is Mark, but you should call me Capel because apparently there's somebody else who has a name very similar to mine. And I don't know, he'll be around. We're gonna move on. Hey, we love you all. Oh, one more. Sketch Fest, David Owen, Janet Barty, and Cole, thank you all. Thank you, Great American Music Hall, Fred Barnes. Thank the staff, please tip them well. This is a hard job and this is the best club in the world. I'd like to bring up something I saw when I was a teenager on television, and my father, who was a bohemian, well, you know, he was friends with Lenny Bruce, my auntie was Maya Angelou, and he had a blue humor coming out of his ears, but he saw a couple things on public television that really upset him. One was Sid Vicious doing My Way, but what really made him quite angry was this baby sticking a fork in a toaster. And he just felt bad because I was 13 and I was sticking a fork in the toaster, and he felt like, gosh, my son is still a baby. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mark Mothersbaugh.
How amazing these guys are. You know, I'm still kind of pinching myself here that I'm getting my music performed by the Red Rum Orchestra. You know, when you write this stuff, you know, it's like you're in a hurry, you're rushing to get the movie done or the TV show episode done or whatever it is. So it's like, you record it, you play it live one time, and then it moves on. Then you only hear it on a recording of it after that. And so this has been a treat for me these last couple days to hear these guys doing arrangements. And I go, you end up going, that's better than the original version. You know, some of it's really good. So it's like, let's see where it goes from here. Fire away. First time I ever got to play that since 1980, whatever it was. Long time ago. Okay, this one came, what did it come out of? Chipmunks or a Rugrats?
It's from Rugrats, Mark.
Yeah, some are Rugrats. Okay. And we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, this one's... What? The vocal kettle is on. Oh, it needs to be on. No, wait a minute, what do you mean?
Well, we have this brief, look, I completely clumsy paused based on my fault. I just want to thank Anita Greenspan, who produced the Devo documentary. I hope you all have seen it. She's partnered with Mark in a variety of ways, and I think that's one of the finest music documentaries I've ever seen.
Really
Please give her a round of applause.
Okay, this one, it's from a TV show called Liquid Television. It was like it's the theme song, and it was like kind of important in a way because a lot of stuff like Beavis and Butthead, a lot of other shows came out of this show. And Prudence Fenton had a lot to do with putting this all together, and I first met her through Paul Rubin, Pee Wee Herman. And, so, this is some version of Liquid Television, right? Better than the original.
Mark, was that show came out of San Francisco, I believe, from some of your friends? Or how did that show develop, the Liquid TV thing?
I don't know, because I only know it through Prudence, but I know they were shooting it up here. What was the studio?
Was it Colossal?
Yes, it was Colossal. They were like early pioneers and really amazing second wave.
Video West we hear out there. All right.
Well, this looks like a couple of bottle rocket.
Yeah. Is that's the first Wes Anderson film you did, Mark? Mark? Is that the first Wes Anderson film you scored?
That's it. That was his first film. Yeah.
Oh, well, that would make it easy then. Yeah.
So, well, if maybe we'll put somebody's here, they should play it for him. He'll get a kick out of it, I'm sure. How come you're doing that? I think that's one of the first pieces of music I ever got to write for him. Yeah, that was like the first thing he liked. So
And it's,
we were on to something.
It's because in the film it's a voluntary hospital escape, or is that just a general state of mind? It's called Voluntary Hospital Escape. Did they tell you to call it Voluntary Hospital Escape, or it just ended with that name?
Did they what? I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Oh gosh, golly gee. Let's just, yes, thank you. We covered that.
Yes. Okay, this one gives the guitar player a workout. It's the gun buyers. It's when they were getting some guns out in the desert from some gun salesman because they were going to rob the cold storage place or whatever. It was a dumb idea, and it was kind of exciting. Is this one Rushmore?
This is Snowflake music, Mr. Henry's Chop Shop. I think are we still in the land of Rushmore? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And I like that the West let the jingle. Well, you'll hear it.
You'll hear it. Comment. Amber Lampert's on the flute solo.
Okay, now, here's something super special. This is a piece of music that only a couple of us, a couple people have ever heard this music. Other than the guys on this stage, none of you have heard it, except for maybe a few people that worked at Pixar. This is for a film that's coming out in a couple months. So it's a film called Hoppers. The one thing I'll tell you about it, it's a family film, but it's got a really Devo message, because they don't push it that hard, which is really great. But it's there for kids to go, maybe humans are the one species out of touch with nature, and I love that about it. So anyhow, this is a song where it's kind of it just at the point where you're hearing this. It's early in the film, and there's this little girl that's kind of she's a pro-nature, pro-animal, anti-human development little girl, and she's got a grandma that's her mentor, and it's kind of like grandma's kind of calming her down a little bit, I think, with this music. And so we'll see how it comes out. It's got a lot of odd timings in it, so that makes it extra fun.
Because it has odd timing, Mark, we've hired one of the finest composers and conductors in the Bay Area, a brilliant guitarist, John Shuck.
That's the fun of it. Yeah. Okay. This one's from a film, from a guy that did a bunch of indie films in Australia, and then he got hired to do a Marvel film, and it's from Thor Ragnarok. It's Taika Waititi is the director. And we ended up doing a lot of things together. We've done I don't even know how many things, but we've done a whole bunch of mostly TV stuff. But this is kind of a fun piece. It's got some nonsensical lyrics. Let me see if, hey, now is that, okay, that's got a good effect on it. So, it's kind of, yeah, the lyrics are slightly nonsensical. I make up something different every time we do it. So we'll just see what we get. It's so sci-fi here. We're at the stage for the Marvel song. Everybody. I don't remember what the lyrics were. I don't remember what they sounded like in the film. But it was something different than this. I can assure you that. Okay. Well, I guess when Taika hears that, if he ever goes, which, you know, you can't hide anything from anybody, he's probably going to wish that was the one that was in his movie, but, you know, there's always going to be a director's remix, I'm sure. So we'll save it for that. Thank you, guys. Okay, this one, it's called Pee-wee Intro Theme. Pee-wee Herman kind of got me into, I mean, I had done some other stuff, like I I scored a movie called Human Highway for Neil Young and did some other off-Broadway stuff and some smaller stuff, but Paul called me up and said, well, okay, you turned me down on doing my movie, will you do my TV show? And so I was like, well, Devo's kind of like in Spinal Tap mode right now, so it kind of fits in perfect. It's good timing. So this was the first thing I wrote for him. So this will be a slightly different version than what you've ever heard before, and probably about twice as good.
Mothersbaugh again, ladies and gentlemen.
And that was our trombone.
On the trombone, that was Carol Ashby, one of the finest brass players in the world.
Yes. Okay, here's another one out of Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's not from the first episode. It was like the second or the third, but it was the first time I got to work with the puppeteers for the freezer, the ice box. And it's a song called This is one where there were like crinkle-cut French fries that were singing. But the song was called It's Cold Inside. was like the perfect, how lucky to get that to be the first series of TV shows you ever worked on, because it's like Paul, it's like his only directions were, okay, Mark, when it's sad, I want you to make it really sad. When it's happy, I want you to make it really happy. If it's crazy, I want you to make it really crazy. And I go, that's it? He goes, yeah. So it's like, I would, you know, we were doing like one album a year with Devo. You know, we would like write 12 songs, rehearse them with the band, go in and record them, make a video, put together a live show, go out on tour, and a year later you'd do another album. So like 6 years later we'd done 6 albums, and then the Spinal Tap thing started setting. And then Paul asked me to do this, and so he sent me a tape on a Monday. On a Tuesday I wrote an album's worth of music for the episode 1. On Wednesday I recorded it. On Thursday, because this was long enough ago that the internet wasn't useful for much, so I had to send a guy, a courier, holding a tape on his lap, flying from LA to New York, so that Friday they could mix it into the show, and Saturday morning we'd watch it on TV. And I thought that's how it always was going to work. That was so awesome. And then Monday he sent me another tape, and we did the next episode. I said, sign me up for this, John. I love that. So that's how I got my start in all this. Okay, so now we have something we're calling Pee-wee End Credits. And I guess that'll wrap it up for the Pee-wee stuff. But anyhow, so here.
Your wish is granted. Long live Jambi.
Okay, here's one from a Lego movie. Has a little taste of, you just hear a little tease of everything is awesome. Other than that, it's Emmet's theme, basically. These guys were good to work with. They took things that seemed like there was no way you could make a movie out of it and turned them into movies. Like we did a book called Cloudy, what was it called? Cloudy, Cloudy Dinner Meatballs. Yeah, and they made it into 2 great movies. And then they said, well, we got a TV show we want you to see. And I'm like, TV show? Yeah, we're going to redo it as a movie. And it was like something 21, what was it? 21 Jump Street. That's it. Yeah. And so I went and I listened to the theme song online, and I watched them and I thought, this is the lamest show that was ever on TV. I couldn't believe it. And then they made these 2 great, they made 21 Jump Street, then they made 22 Jump Street. And they were both really funny. So these guys, Chris and Phil, they were so fun to work. And then we started the Lego stuff and did a whole, now they're like, they're moguls down in Hollywood somewhere. I don't even know where they're located. But we did a whole bunch of films. I think we did like 8 films or something, maybe more. And okay, so this is Emmet's morning. This is Emmet waking up. Let it go. Okay. This one, Working in a Coal Mine. This one has a funny story because we wrote it for the 4th album, and at that point, Warner Brothers, after we'd done our first 2 albums, they thought, oh, these guys, they're never going to get a record on the radio. So they had pretty much discounted us. But then the 3rd album had a fluke song, Whip It, charted, okay? So then when we were doing a 4th album, they were like, all of a sudden everybody was all cheerful and they were going like, hey man, do anything you want, just make sure you do another Whip It. And they were like coming over to the rehearsal hall for the first time to this room where we rehearsed and were writing stuff, and they'd stick their heads in the window and go, do you have another Whip It yet? Whatever. Anyhow, so we wrote all these songs for the 4th album, and then there was one song we didn't write. We did a cover of a song called Working in a Coal Mine, L&T song from New Orleans. And we just loved the song, so we covered it, and we gave it to Warner Brothers, and they listened to all the songs that we had given them, and they said, we like all the songs you have, but this one song, Working in a Coal Mine, nah, forget that one. We're going to take that off the record. And so I said, well, okay. We were like, well, whatever you want. And so we had this song, and it was before our album came out, but we'd already recorded everything, so it was going into production. They printed up covers and all the lyric sheets and all that stuff. And so we got asked to do heavy metal. There was a movie called Heavy Metal. They said, hey, we want to put Devo on like out on a space station, where people that are on their way to work out in outer space are going out there and they stop off and they drink, and there's a band playing in the bar, and we wanted to be Devo. So they made these kind of weird cartoon characters that they called Devo, and we gave them the song Working in a Coal Mine because we thought, well, that's perfect, we'll use it for that. And the concept of the song was great for the show. And wouldn't you know it, it charted. It got in the... And so Warner Brothers, kind of after that, they were shitting their pants, and they hadn't put out the new album yet, and we already had this other song that was going in the charts. It was on and we thought we were going to get a free ride, because all the other songs on the heavy metal album were stuff like Van Halen and people that were selling tons of singles. So we thought, oh man, we're going to get a free ride. Our song's going to get a free ride with one of these guys will have a hit. And instead it was like the opposite. They all put their latest songs in the movie, and then somehow Working in the Coal Mine was the only one that charted off of that album. But then Warner Brothers panicked, and so then they pressed up for the first, 20,000 albums or something. They lost their minds. They didn't know what to do. So they pressed up 45s of Working in a Coal Mine and shoved them inside the album along with the album, and put stickers on that said including their hit song. So it was like kind of hilarious in a way, but it was funny. It was it's like everything that we heard about Hollywood was true.
before the sun. When my workday is over, too tired for having fun. Well, I just died. I've been working in a coal mine, going down, down. Working in a coal mine, I got to slip down. Working in a coal mine, going down, down. Working in a coal mine, I got to slip down.
Oh Lord, I'm so tired. How long can this go on?
Well, I've been working, going, working. Woo! I got to sit down, working, going, working. Woo! I got to sit down, working, going, working. Woo! I got to sit down, working, going, working. Woo! I got to sit down, working, going, working. Woo! I got to sit down, working, going, working. Woo! I got to sit down. Okay. Here's one that, let's see. Let me see if I can. I gotta do a couple things. Okay. Okay, I guess that's it. We'll see what happens here. This one, I don't think it ever got in a film, but you know what? I didn't pick all these songs. I have to tell you, all the music that got chosen for this was all the Red Rum Orchestra. And these guys.
Yes, it's entirely our fault, as well as SF Sketchfest fault, and particularly the St. David Owens fault.
So yeah, let's see what happens with this one. Okay. Gonna bang some heads.
Mark Mothersbaugh, quick question. This is from Happy Gilmore? Is that a sports film?
Yeah, it was, well, there's a Happy Gilmore 2 now out
Yeah.
last year, and it's the same story. There was some things in it I liked in Happy Gilmore, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a golfer from occasionally.
Yeah, I hate golf.
Okay.
But I do like golf balls, and I put one on my first album cover. We put it on because, like years before, even before we were starting Devo, Jerry and I had found this artwork, and a friend of ours, John Zabrucki, took us to like one of those, like I guess now they would be like Kmart or something. But back then it was like, and Chichi Rodriguez, the famous golfer.
Yes.
I'm sure you all know who he is. They had this merch, like a big merch section in the store. But the best thing about it was there was, at the time, this was like 1970, 69, 1970, somewhere in there. And at the time, you know, we were in a space race, so that you saw all the Russian cosmonauts and you saw the American astronauts with their heads in front of the moon. But this was like, for his logo, for his merch, there was a picture of him wearing this straw hat he was famous for, and he was this handsome guy. And there was a golf ball that replaced a moon, and somehow we just thought that's so American, you know, like a golf ball behind a golf. Anyhow, so I kept the artwork, and we had it years later when we did our first couple of things. For our first album, it ended up with that. So, I don't know why I told you that story.
Mark, it's because I have a golf problem that I'm going to get over. My father was a championship table tennis player, just to take it somewhere else.
Oh, okay, well.
My father beat Marty Supreme when Marty was 15, my dad was 18. He was called Philly Paul Capel. Look it up on your phones, but do it outside.
Okay. I didn't know that.
There you go. You know, people don't ask me about stuff because it's a tribute to you, and there's often confusion.
Well, we'll take it. Okay, so let's see what it sounds like. Golf bags, it was all there.
I think we've moved to another film.
Yes, yeah, I think this is another West film, right?
Yes, that is correct.
We're at Royal Tenenbaum.
Mark Mothersbaugh on the composition.
We need a little help from Georgia next.
On the harp back there on that little feature in the middle, that was Jerry Picaro, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Wes always loved sleigh bells and harps. You could always sell them on a cue if you had some of those. Yeah, here's another one from Wes movie.
No, I just want to ask you, it's called Mothersbaugh Canon, and there's Pachelbel's Canon, and has there ever been a canon in any kind of fast food commercial in the past?
Oh, yeah. Actually, you know, when we were first starting Devo, the music was all very much more radical than what you heard on the first album and later on. It sounded more like Captain Beefheart meets Sun Ra meets an Italian sci-fi movie. And there were a very small select group of people that loved that, and then there was a very large selection of people that we would somehow, some club owner would have the misfortune in Ohio to like go, oh, we need a band, and these guys say they're available, and they'll play for like $30, so what the hell, let's get them. So then we'd play a set, and they'd come up, and they'd go, well, here's your money, guys, that was, you know, thank you, that's all and we go, no, we got 2 more sets, we have 2 more. They go, you know, that was great, that was enough. They go, no, we don't mind, we'll play, we still got more music, a lot more music. And they go, no, it'd be wiser if you left, just to be honest. So anyhow, so we were thinking, you know, we could have just been. I remember sitting in. I had this little 1-room apartment. I'm sitting there writing music. I'm putting it on 1/4-inch, 4-track amateur TAC reel-to-reel tapes, and I put another one on the thing, and I'd say, you know, we're going to turn into the Akron, Ohio version of The Residents, you know, which. Believe me, I love The Residents, you know, but they were, you know, we were thinking like, well, we kind of got a big idea. How do you try it out? Who changes things? Who lets you get away with things? How do you get ideas across in this country? And I was painting an apartment that day, and I was standing on a letter, and I was listening to la 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 la, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's beautiful. That's Pachelbel's Canon, and then all of a sudden it turns into hold the pickles, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us all we yeah. And then we were like, wait a minute, that's it, subversion. So we thought, you know, what we do is we take our stuff and make it a little safer, a little more succinct, we up-tempoed it, we listened to the Ramones and said, oh, I like that. So we started playing our songs faster, and they sounded better. And so we said, that's the way to do it. We subversively get into people's minds. And so that's how Pachelbel Canon was important to me in my life. And then, so when Wes had Pachelbel's Canon temped into this movie. I just wrote my own. I wrote Mothersbaugh Canon. So that's what we're going to play now.
Thank you, Mark.
That was probably longer than the song, but.
The leader of the section, Jess Ivory.
Okay, here's another one for those of you with the red energy domes on, so that you don't, if you're like looking at your watch waiting for, this is, it was in a film called Pray TV, and I met, or was this in Pray TV? No, what was, It Takes a Worried Man. What was that in? What is it? Oh, it was in Human Highway. Oh,
It is Human Highway.
Okay, Human Highway, you know, we thought Neil Young, you know, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, we thought Grandpa Granola, and, but, you know, it's like Iggy Pop turned Tony Basil onto Devo, because he had heard a demo tape that we had given David when they were touring with the Idiots, and David was playing piano with the Sales Brothers and Iggy on tour, and we got this tape to him, and then they went back to Germany to record, that was the Idiot, then the next one was Lust for Life. And if you were listening to German radio in those days, they had like one national station. You would listen to this one station, and it was for everybody, which meant that you heard something by Beethoven, then you heard a country western song, then you heard a French folk song, then you heard Sex Pistols, then you heard a polka, and it just, and then you heard, you know, it just kept, it made nobody happy. Everybody had to wait 1 hour to hear a song they wanted to hear. So Iggy didn't want to listen to the radio, so he went through this suitcase full of demo tapes, and he found the Devo demo tape, and he played it, and they all were laughing. Iggy said that they thought that wasn't a real band. They were all laughing, and apparently, and I just wish there would have been a recording of this stuff. Tony Hunt and Tony Sales were playing, you know, rhythm, and Bowie was singing and playing on it, and Iggy was singing on it. They were loving it. They were playing Devo songs, and so they were friends with Tony. Tony was, her boyfriend was Dean Stockwell at the time, and Dean Stockwell was shooting a film for this guy we thought was Grandpa Granola, and it turned out he was actually much more than that. He was very kindred to Devo in his aesthetic, in the sense that he was like a beatnik surrealist, and he had much more in common with Robert Downey Sr., not Jr., Sr., who made these like beatnik freeform films back in those days, and that's how Neil and Dean Stockwell and Russ Tamblyn and Dennis Hopper, that's how they were making their films. And they asked Devo to be in Human Highway, and we were like kind of skeptical about it, but we got a trade-off where they bought us matching cowboy boots, we found this guy in England who was, at the time he was trying to push Chrissy Hine, and she hadn't recorded anything yet, but his name was Randy Rhodes, and he was dyeing military shirts black and sewing stuff onto them, and so we had these weirdo cowboy military shirts with black boots and black hats that Neil paid for all of it. That's the trade-off, so we'd be in his film. And we recorded a song called It Takes a Worried Man, which Robert Lewis from Ohio had turned us onto, because it was like this folky song that Kingston Trio, I think, right? Takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Anyhow, we took it and we made the funky version of it, and I just wrote all new lyrics and changed. We kept the Takes a Worried Man because we thought that was so funny, but I wrote new lyrics. So we ended up recording that, and so technically it was like an early film song. So I guess it fits into this format.
That's the best we could do.
Although, you know, there's about 120 other television series and feature films and video games, but you didn't use any of those. You found some you liked, so that's the important thing.
It's related to the Bay Area, and Neil Young's involved, and we love
true.
Neil Young.
Yeah, and we recorded up here, and we did some of the recording for the movie at Mabuhay Gardens, which was, it's like, back in the day, it was the best club, other than CBGB's and Max's Kansas City in the U.S. Other than that, you had to go over to London for great punk clubs back in those days. But that Mabuhay Gardens was amazing. And it had beatniks connected to it also. Anyhow, all right, so this is it. Take So Worried Man.
To sing a worried song, yes.
Yeah.
When I get a new stage, I like to have some curtains on it, often in the key of E. And I'd like to hear something from stage left to right in the key of E, starting with Michelle, something beautiful and nice, and something transformative perhaps. Something that provides a certain, what we say, liminality. And a possibility of transformation, a world that seems to be stuck in its own mire, particularly in Washington, D.C. Throughout the world, there's a red carpet of not niceness, not goodness. And if we could all have these transformative powers, possibilities of different direction, multiple microphones in our bathtub. We wouldn't need lawnmowers. We would give the lawns back to the people who didn't have so many microphones. We would two times like Sirs, put microphones together. We would take 3 microphones. They would be a menage on mic.
Okay, when I told them we were going to be playing with the Red Rum Orchestra, I was so happy because The Shining is my favorite movie. If that makes sense to you. Ha 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 ha. If I had a tiny microphone hidden in my heart, it would amplify my love for you. But the words get stuck in my heart. The words get stuck in my heart. If I had a little Viewmaster Snowflakes in my book, it would snap my pictures I love for you. But the words get stuck in my heart. The words get stuck in my heart. I said the words get stuck in my heart. The words get stuck in my heart. You know, Boogie Boy, I used to get to come out and sing the final song for every Devo show. And it was great because all the punks in the audience would be so confused. But one amazing thing I'll tell you, I used to sit in a playpen and sing, wearing a diaper. And the punk girls, they would come up and pull down their shirts and try to breastfeed me through the bars at Bobblehead Garden. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. If I had a little Viewmaster Snowflakes, it would tap on Morse code, I love you. Get stuck in my heart, but the words get stuck in my heart.
Curtains, I need some curtains in the key of E.
And as you see, you know, I walk around the neighborhood every day. I know this is a tribute to Mark Mothersbaugh, but I was going glug, 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 glug. When Sketchless invited me, I said, oh, it's a tribute to me, Mark Capel. At that point, I couldn't read, I couldn't see straight, and I had every subscription channel available on a Roku. And so I lost my transformative powers greatly, and I returned to the orchestra, and we decided perhaps we should do a song from a great film called Life Aquatic. Once again, returning is Mark Mothersbaugh.
Boogie Boy has his PJs on and he's in bed now.
And John Shutt conducting. This is called Ping Island.
Oh, wait a minute, I just got to tell you, this is going to make this take forever, I know, but all these stories, but I got to tell you, Wes was really against using orchestras on Bottle Rocket, and he let me add a few more instruments for Rushmore, and then when Cannonbombs came, I had this bass, wow, and he went, what was that? And I go, that's a bass trombone, because he'd never let me use one before, and he was like really tight about what instruments I could use. He liked flutes, he liked harps, he liked all these high things, but he didn't even like bass that much, but he kind of put up with it. And when we did Ping Island, I had written it on a synth, because there was like, in Life Aquatic, there's a, you know, it's like about a loser, Jacques Cousteau kind of guy, you know. Bill Murray's got this ship, and they're like making films, but it's not very successful. But he had this ship that he loved. Anyhow, so he wanted me, he said, what kind of instruments would these guys be using? Because they wouldn't have anything modern. I go, well, they'd have like old Devo stuff. So we went down in the basement, and we got out an old Oberheim synth, and that's what I wrote Ping Island on. But then when, at this part of the movie, he wanted it to be Attack on Ping Island. And he named the cue. I didn't name it that. He named it because there was my secretary was Dan Ping Wong, and he liked the name Ping. So he just changed the name of the island in the movie to Ping Island. And so anyhow, so I got this band. He wouldn't let me record. We weren't allowed to record in a big studio yet. We were just using it was really just a writing studio that I have in Hollywood. There's not a big studio. I can only fit like half a dozen or a dozen musicians in there. So we had string players in there, and they're about ready to play the part for this. And he said, "Mark, can you ask them to do something?" I go, "What?" He goes, "Would you ask them to play this like they're synthesizers?" And I thought, that's the coolest thing I ever got to ask orchestral players to do. And so I went in the other room and I go, "Okay, just one last thing. I want you to play. I want you to play this like your synthesizers." And so that's how and they just looked at me like, what the fuck is that? You know, they're like looking on the paper to see if there's something in Italian that says, "Play like a synthesizer," and there isn't, you know. So I love Wes. He was such an interesting guy to work with. Anyhow, so this is Attack on Pig Island. Wait, is that right? Did I say the right thing? Yes. Did that sound convincing? No? Okay, well, we're not going to get a violin out of this thing, fortunately.
We want to thank Mark for writing the hardest song we've ever played. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, this one came out of that movie. It's actually a Devo song. My brother wrote the chords for this, and I wrote the lyrics. It's called Gut Feeling. Oh, wait a minute. What?
No, it is gut feeling. Are we doing Shrivel Up or gut feeling?
Oh,
fine.
You tell me which one.
I don't know, man. Let's have a vote. How many people want to hear gut feeling? Hold on, stop. How many people want to hear Shrivel Up?
You're going to hear both of them eventually.
Raise your hands if you would like to raise them slowly if you would like to hear gut feeling. That's I would say that's a solid 65% of the crowd. Upstairs, I didn't see you. I guess we're
counting the upstairs.
Okay, yeah, you guys have the nice seats just around your jewelry. I think we're doing gut feeling. So I guess through Vox Populi, which is one of my Roku channels, we're going to do Shrivel Up next.
Okay, Shrivel Up showed up in a old dude. I think it was where I met Paul Rubin, kind of. He wasn't even Pee Wee Herman yet, but he was like in this movie called Pray TV, which was about televangelists. He, Paul was a kind of like a bitchy, effeminate aerobics instructor, so he was funny. He did like Christian aerobics or something. And then Devo came on, and we were like born again real estate salesmen. We had like these mustard yellow suits, and we had gambler's visors. I don't know why we had the visors, but they looked pretty good at the time.
UV protection.
Yes, needed protection. So, so this is, yeah, so it showed up in Pray TV, and then it ended up coming out with another name also. They were trying to figure out some way to sell the film, I don't know. But anyhow, it was, so technically, this was in a movie. But it's called Shrivel Up. Thank you very much.
We want to thank Mark and Anita and the wonderful people at Sketchfest. But, Uniqlo, the company where I was in the stockroom and I didn't fold things right, they talk about the voice of the customer, and you're the customers. And thank you for being with us. This has been a wonderful conversation. And we're going to go on to our fake encore.
And if anyone wants to come back after the show and read from the Bible, we're going to have a Bible reading in the back later.
I'll be doing a PowerPoint presentation against the facade of the Mitchell Brothers Theater about how hard it was to do the show. Once again, Michelle Walter, Irene Caesar, Jess Ivory, Tom Ayers, Pete Strauss, Saltpeter Strauss and the Dwarves, ladies and gentlemen. From No Effects and Dancehall Crashers, Karina Denike. Meryl Press, my good neighbor. Geez, Louise, it's Petra Hayden. If you don't listen to something called Spotify, you'll hear a lot of really good music, and I recommend you don't listen to them because they support arms and defense and awfully naughty things, and they don't pay us musicians. Willie Wyman's on all those records. William Wyman, finest percussionist on earth. On the track kit, perhaps very close to being the finest percussionist on earth and one of the greatest orchestrators and composers is Jordan Glenn.
And he even looks like a young Wes Anderson, kind of.
On guitar, Allison Baker. No, more for Allison. I have to see her every day. Amber Lamprecht on woodwinds. Jerry Picaro. The curtain man. If you need curtains, Jerry's your man. He'll hang them before you even notice. One more time on the curtains, please. See, it's clickety-split just like that. The Wizard of Oz, Ruminator Audio, Monty Valier. Thank you.
For Mark Capel, shall we all?
Mark Capel. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Well,
I mean, come on, thank you.
well, thank you.
Well, I'm thanking you a whole bunch.
Hey, do you spell your name with a C or a K?
I spell it with a C, the way it's probably spelled.
West Coast, yeah.
No,
that's the way-
Huguenot, baby. Huguenot.
Yeah, I'm from the Midwest. We use a K.
Well, we're fancy bohemian types out here.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that okay? Wait, no,
okay,
that's OC.
I might change to, I might add a C and make it a 5-letter name.
You know, it'd be a nice, hard, sort of a little catch in the throat, a stuck in your throat. You know?
Okay.
No, I think we're done with that.
I think we're done, yeah.
Okay, let's do a song, perhaps. Story.
The Red Room Orchestra. We'll be back anytime you ask us to be. Everybody come over to my house tomorrow for waffles. Thank you and good night.
What if you could clean your retainer